Bristol Sound and Vision Show 2008.
So I'm delighted to say we've managed to catch up with a forum favourite, John Dawson from Arcam. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. Another Bristol show, 21 years. You must have some exciting products.
Well, 21 years, you know, I reckon I've done every one of them. Does that make me sad or enthusiastic? I leave it to the guys to decide. Hey, but we're still here. We have brought some new products along to Bristol, and this time of the year and this particular year, they're primarily stereo ones because that's still a huge part of our business. And as everybody knows, you know, we're driven by music to get it right. So we can show the pictures later, I'm sure, but we've got our Mini Solo, which is the fourth product in the Solo family. So that's a stereo product, £650, plays your CDs, does the radio, iPod docking, and we also have some speakers, some of the guys will be familiar with, called Muso, with a subwoofer called Logo as well. So we've been demonstrating those in the room, and actually I have to say, it's bloody good. And that's not said because, you know, I'm a marketing person, it's said because actually it's cracking stuff, and it's always fun to make good sound. It's always a very satisfying thing, but to do it on an inexpensive product so nicely is unusual, and we're very proud of it. The Solo stuff, you know, is the first stuff that our wives, girlfriends, significant others, girls in the office too, have said, yeah, we'll have one of those and take it home. So I think it's helping us reach a lot of new audience that we wouldn't otherwise have done. And the good thing is the performance is still top class. So it's been a very important part of Arcam's growth to do that kind of thing.
Now, new speaker system, all in-house.
Yep.
Looks gorgeous as well. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Yes, it's an in-house speaker system, both a satellite speaker which also goes low enough to make an adequate, you know, full-range speaker for a smaller system, and a very good subwoofer. And the guys doing it are both in-house engineers, very experienced, Andrew and Nick, and they've also had the chance to do speakers before in previous careers, and together they've managed to make the whole system work, both as a standalone small speaker and as a full integrated system, 2 channels or 5 or 7 for that matter. It's really working well. Again, you know, the press has picked up on this. We're happy to put them against any of the world's major brand speakers, and they hold up, and in fact in many cases are rather better than them. So, you know, I think we've done some really good work there.
Now, you've also been pioneering in AV the last few years. Not a lot of AV here at this show, it's mostly 2-channel, but what are you working on for the future? Can you let us know?
If I told you that, I'd have to shoot you. But I think anybody who monitors these forums who's interested in AV knows the way things are going. And, you know, we are not idle in this area in terms of our engineering and development. But it's not my place or anyone else's in the company to give leaks on forthcoming products. There's a lot of stuff in the development pipeline. It will be world class when it gets there, but we ain't going to release it till it's done.
Well, that's one of the things with Arcam. You do take your time to research and develop and make sure that the product does live up to the Arcam name. And you were saying that the speakers in there actually took 6 months longer than they really should have to develop.
Yes, it's true of so many of these things. You tend to think, well, it's a speaker, you know, to do it to an adequate standard is not going to take long. But as we got stuck in, we're enthusiasts and music lovers too, we decided, you know, to do this really properly and consistently, we'd have to do it fully properly, and that's exactly what we did. And you can hear it. And it's, you know, Jeff, one of the others, will take somebody through the product if you have the chance, but they're very solid little cabinets. We've paid attention to every detail of the design. Not only cosmetic but engineering, and you can hear it.
Now, the last time we spoke at Bristol, a year ago now, we were in the middle of the format war, HD, DVD, Blu-ray. We now have a winner. Some will argue it's the wrong winner or the right
I might
ringer?
agree with that. You might think that I couldn't possibly comment. However, whatever has happened, we must welcome the clarity of the situation that we now have. And I think kudos for Toshiba, actually, for taking that on the chin in the end. So we know where we have to go with Blu-ray. I have to say it's still not a finished format. The specification for 2.0, whatever they tell you, is still in flux. It's not finished. So it will be a while before fully completed products from any vendor hit the market that do the things that HD DVD has done for 2 years. However, it will happen, and we have clarity. And, I think my formal statement to the world is that Arcam is now reviewing its options and, we'll see the way forward. No timescale there for you.
Now, you like to do things properly, so I take it that's going to be quite a long research, and you're going to actually wait till the profiles are finished?
Well, these things work in parallel rather than in series. So, again, I can't give much away, except we are active in this space. And it, to say we couldn't wait till the profiles are finished or implied one could release something in 6 months, one couldn't, because the testing involved in these things is colossal. This kind of product is 5 to 10 times more complex than DVD, which was 5 to 10 times more complex than CD, and very few small companies will even be able to attempt it. So I can't say what we will and won't do. Some of it is in a state of flux anyway, but we're very active in the area. We're very conscious of what we need to do, and if we can do it, we will.
John, it's always great to speak to you. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us today.
Phil, always a pleasure, and to the crew and guys out there watching, thanks.